I've been asked to come down and talk about some of the things that we have to look at inside ourselves to go fast and to try and make our careers work and come through. I was really interested and I was really smiling when you were talking about this flowchart of success, because I don't believe in that crap either. I really don't. You know, how to get there by I never made it. You know? It's all about this. It's all about this. And it's all about that. It's all about the determination. You've got to want this game. Everybody looks at motor racing and they think it's glamorous and it's fun. And there's no question about it. It is. But it's really, really hard work. You've got to have that motivation. You've got to want to show off. I mean, there's a lot of drivers out there who've got little mottos on their crash helmet. You know Mark Blundell from ITV? He's my best mate in the whole world. He's got the will to win on his crash helmet. David Brabham, my ex-teammate, has got must and only. Pedro Diniz has got it's not my fault, but we'll forget that. But we'll forget that. But it's just a question of just wanting it and what you're prepared to do to get there. And with us, it's quite a lot because it's hard work. It really is hard work in these cars. The heat is massive. The vibration is massive. It's hard on your neck. It's hard on your shoulders. So stamina-wise, you've got to do an awful lot behind the scenes before you're even getting in these cars. You've got to make sure that you're fit. Your mind has got to be focused because you've got to keep pushing. You've got to go out and keep trying to be fast. The others are very, very fast. If they go out and they're faster than you, you have to get back in and just try and find something from somewhere if the vehicle's capable of it. You're measured in thousandths of a second in this game. We can be 0.2 off and we're completely useless as far as anybody's concerned over a 4-mile track. Now, you know, there's not a lot you can do in 0.2 of a second normally. But over a 4-mile track, 0.2 of a second will separate somebody who's fast to somebody who's slow. It's a very, very competitive environment, and we're looked at in that vein. Performance is critical, but that is how we're measured. It's hard to win. You've got to make sure you've got the right team. You've got to make sure you've got the right cars, and some of that will be down to us. Some of that will be behind the scenes, making sure that we're supporting ourselves and supporting everybody else. But it is hard to win. It's hard to stay there. It's hard to keep our job. I can guarantee you, out of the 22 years I've been racing, pretty much 20 or 21 years at the end of the year, I've been unemployed. The people I've raced for haven't got a budget, or they've been uncertain, or you're trying to get to the next level, or keep going on. But again, it's that if you want it enough, you're going to get it. Or at least, you're going to go down trying. I've never, ever thought of failure, because I would much rather see somebody fail, to be quite honest, rather than them not even try, because trying is fundamentally built into me. It is a financially dependent sport, so we're strapped into that one a bit. It's not a game of soccer where you put your boots on and if you're great, it's going to show. Every time the wheels go around in this, somebody's paying for it somewhere. So we have to make sure we look after them as well, otherwise they stop paying and we stop having our fun. But I don't see myself as unique in this example, with this kind of attitude, and I don't see the other drivers around me as being superheroes. But one thing I definitely am is terribly determined, and I mean absolutely determined. I will not take no for an answer. If somebody goes out and they go faster than me, as I was saying earlier, I will at all costs get back in that car, close that visor, and my job is to go out there and beat them. And again, Graham, you were saying something earlier, is that if I don't like any aspect of that, I should get out. Because that's all it is. Because the moment I stop wanting it with all my heart, I'm going to be slow. Mind you, I might be at the moment, actually, because when I was saying, sometimes we have to recover from injury, I have been injured, unfortunately, just before Christmas quite badly, and my shoulder's fairly wrecked, and I'm trying to get around it, and I can do this now, and that's not so bad. The trouble is the injury was with this shoulder. Did you see the one where Jamie Oliver came on the show? Well, Jamie had a couple of cars turned up, but one of them was a Volkswagen camper van that had a Porsche engine fitted in the back to. Yeah. And the stunt we did was to drive him around while he made a salad in the back of the camper van. And I was flat out with this Porsche engine racing, and by the time we got back, believe me, that was a tossed salad, right? It really was. But after the show, he said, "Here, Pell, do us a favour." I said, "What's that, Jane?" He said, "Take us out. I mean, brand new Maserati GT, will you? Flat out, sideways all the game." I said, "You're talking to the right boy, jump in." So we've gone out, bang, and I'm on it. Absolutely flat out around the track, sideways everywhere, really showing off, and I hope you don't think I'm being big-headed, but I was pretty much inch perfect, except for the final corner. And I made a small mistake. and I've gone off and dipped his right rear brand new Maserati GT alloy into a pile of stones which pepper sprayed the bloody thing. We've hit a bump, we've taken off into the air, we've come down, and he's gone, "Pucker!" You know? Well, it sounded like that anyway, but